The Mecha Comet is a modular, open-source Linux handheld computer designed to give users genuine digital freedom. Developed by Mecca Systems, a full-time team of 15 people who handle everything from mechanical design to software development in-house, this device aims to address a fundamental limitation of modern smartphones: the lack of true computing flexibility and hardware extensibility. The Comet launched on Kickstarter with a $50,000 funding goal and has already raised over $618,000 for more than 1,800 backers, with 26 days still remaining in the campaign.
Unlike typical smartphones locked into walled garden ecosystems, the Mecha Comet runs Mechanix OS, a Fedora-based Linux distribution built specifically for handheld devices. The operating system includes Linux kernel 6.12, U-boot bootloader, and a custom touch-optimized GUI built with Rust and running on Wayland. The interface offers multitasking capabilities, an app launcher, control panel, and extensive customization options designed for the device's unusual screen aspect ratio. Native apps are written using a Flutter-based Dart toolkit, and since everything is open source, users can develop their own software. You can also install any ARM-compatible Linux application from Fedora repositories, though the small screen size will be a practical consideration for many desktop applications. The Comet offers two processor options, both from NXP's i.MX lineup. The i.MX 8 Plus features a 4-core ARM64 processor with A53 cores running up to 1.8 GHz, along with integrated GPU and NPU. The i.MX 95 variant steps up to 6 cores with A55 architecture, also clocked at up to 1.8 GHz, and includes a more modern Mali GPU, 4K video support, and improved AI acceleration capabilities. The i.MX 95 is expected to deliver 10 to 15% less battery life due to its higher performance. Both configurations support up to 8 GB of RAM, though 2 GB and 4 GB options are also available. Storage options include 64 GB or 128 GB onboard eMMC, micro SD card expansion up to 1 TB, and the ability to add an NVMe SSD up to 1 TB using an M.2 adapter. The display is a 3.92-inch AMOLED panel with 1080 by 1240 resolution, delivering 441 pixels per inch at 500 nits brightness with 16.7 million colors and capacitive touch support. The device measures 155 by 73 by 14 millimeters and weighs 225 grams. For connectivity, there's Wi-Fi 6 supporting both 2.4 and 5 GHz bands, Bluetooth 5.4 with BLE and LE audio, an 8-megapixel camera with autofocus, and support for a physical SIM card. Sensors include an accelerometer, gyroscope, and magnetometer, plus a secure element with CCEAL 6+ Trust Anchor certification. Audio is handled through a front-facing speaker, dual microphones, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. There's also a haptic motor for tactile feedback. The port array is extensive for a device this size. You get one mini HDMI 2.1 port, 2 USB-C connectors, and support for parallel display output. But the real flexibility comes from the 40-pin magnetic expansion connector and the internal M.2 3042 B key slot. The magnetic connector enables 3 official snap-on modules: a gamepad with D-pad and buttons for gaming, a compact QWERTY keyboard with touchpad for productivity, and a GPIO breakout board with I/O interfaces and serial over USB for hardware tinkering. Because the hardware is open source under the CERN OHL S.2.0 license, users can design and share their own custom expansion modules. The internal M.2 slot opens up additional possibilities. You can add LTE or 5G modems for mobile data, calling, and SMS support. With a B key to M key adapter, you can install a 2230 M.2 NVMe SSD for storage expansion, with read and write speeds of 400 to 600 megabits per second. Mechanix is also testing LoRaWAN gateway modules for mesh-tastic nodes and IoT applications, as well as AI accelerator modules for computer vision tasks up to 13 TOPS. The 4100 mAh battery charges via USB-C. Battery life varies significantly based on usage. Standby or sleep mode lasts up to 8 days. Locked idle with the display off provides around 18 hours. Idle with the display on gives approximately 7 hours, and streaming video runs for about 4 hours. These figures are estimates and will vary with real-world usage patterns. Mecca Systems has committed to releasing all hardware files once production begins. This includes PCB schematics, bill of materials, layout files, and 3D models for the housing, all published on their GitHub repository. The expansion modules are also user-serviceable. For example, the QMK-compatible keyboard allows you to swap keycaps with 3D printed alternatives. The company promises 7 years of official software support, with the SoC supported until 2036. The device is designed for easy repair. A single screw type opens the entire unit, the display panel is replaceable, and the battery uses a standard, widely available connector. Devices with the i.MX 8M Plus processor are scheduled to ship in May or June 2026. The i.MX 9.5 models will follow in September 2026. Campaign rewards start at $189. Mecca Systems has been transparent about risks facing the project. The DRAM memory crisis that began in December 2025 has directly impacted pricing and availability, with memory costs increasing 600 to 900% and eMMC prices rising 300% compared to 6 months ago. The company has worked directly with memory manufacturers to reserve supply, though quantities will be limited based on campaign demand. U.S. tariffs are currently not applicable to handheld computers under HS Code 9, but this could change, potentially requiring additional charges before shipping for U.S. backers. There's also the practical reality that this is a pre-production device from a relatively small team running their first major crowdfunding campaign. While they've iterated through 7 design revisions since 2022 and are now testing with stable DVT mainboards, manufacturing at scale always carries inherent risks. The Mecha Comet is clearly not a mainstream consumer device. The small screen size, ARM-based architecture, and niche Linux software ecosystem mean it won't replace a traditional smartphone or laptop for most people. Gaming performance will be limited compared to dedicated handheld gaming devices, and many desktop Linux applications simply won't be practical on a 3.92-inch display. However, for developers, tinkerers, and embedded systems enthusiasts who want a genuinely open, programmable handheld with serious expansion capabilities, the Comet offers something rare in today's market. The combination of true hardware modularity, comprehensive port selection, full open-source software and hardware, and the ability to shift between roles, from development terminal to embedded controller to portable measurement tool, gives it a unique position. Whether Mecca Systems can successfully navigate the manufacturing challenges and deliver on their promises remains to be seen, but the strong funding response suggests there's genuine demand for this kind of open, modular computing platform. If you are the type of person who misses being able to truly own and modify your hardware, the Mecha Comet might be worth keeping an eye on. You can find more information and back the project on their Kickstarter campaign, which has 26 days remaining.